now ready to do our shampoo fade test. These swatches have been colored down from blonde to auburn using 3 different types of theories. All of this was already covered in the video before this one. If you've not watched it, you'll need to watch that before moving on with this one. We also tested removal on these 3 theories. So with our shampoo fade test today, we are going to see which one is going to withstand the shampoos before your client comes in to see you again. So always taking the client into consideration. If you have done this on a client, it will be about 6 to 8 weeks before they see you again to get this refreshed. In that amount of time, you do not want their hair to look terrible, point blank. And so you need to make sure that whatever theory it is that you are using, that it is going to be able to withstand all of the things that our clients do with their hair at home. That could be mechanical styling. It could be workouts, sweating. It could be lots of washing. Some people wash their hair more frequently than others. So the shampoo fade test, I like to do, I'll start out with 3 shampoos on a swatch. Sometimes I like to simulate about a month's worth of shampoos. That might be about 12 washes. So I like to do 3 or 12 washes. With these ones, we might go in between. It might be like a 3, 6, 9 and see where each of these are at in that time frame. What I'm going to have to do on these lightened ends is I'm actually going to have to protect them with a cream so that they don't soak up the red and get tainted. So I'm going to prep these first and then take them to the bowl and then come back here and show you what we've got. So let's do a recap. The Gold Theory is a brown base with a red toner. Our Auburn Theory is an auburn base with a red toner. Red Theory is what you learn in school, where we just went right in with a red copper. It was only able to withstand 1 gloss of a neutral before we went in with a top gloss of a red. So red, brown, red. And we will see which one withstands our client home care. So I went back and recounted, and that was 6 washes. This is getting very interesting. Is it just me, or does it seem like these tips actually got blonder? Fascinating. Gold Theory, look at that. Ooh. She's looking pretty, isn't she? Oh, that's nice. When you color over blonde, the hair is very porous, so it's actually going to soak up about a level, sometimes even 2 levels darker than what you used. Okay, these were all colored with a level 6, and they definitely went about a couple levels darker. So because of that, look at that. Oh, look at that. So freaking beautiful. Now we're really starting to see the tones come out on Gold Theory after 6 washes. So that would be, 3 washes a week, 2 weeks. Holding on strong, looking really good. Woo! Auburn Theory. Look at that. She's looking gorgeous. Looking gorgeous. She had already started off lighter, pretty color in the very beginning, and now we're really starting to see that come out. Now, as you look at this, we're going to find it even more amazing that the ends got as light as they did. That is a shocker. An absolute shocker. Red Theory. It started out kind of murky. Scratch that. It started out flaming, then we put a neutral on it. It toned it way down. It was really shocking. how that happened. And now it's starting to release that bit of neutral. So long term, we'll see how this goes. But either way, we're still winning because of the removal on this was definitely subpar. Also, wanted to remind everybody that there is a very big difference between oxidative color and direct dye. So my direct dye theory, we're not worried about seeing bits of pink because we know that we'll be able to lift through that because direct dye theory. Very, very different when you are dealing with oxidative hair color. Oxidative hair color is much harder to break through. So when you see something like this with oxidative, means something extremely different than seeing this color with direct dye. All right, so let's do another 6 washes. Let's see what we got. So I'm pretty sure I did about 12 washes, which would be equivalent to 3 times a week for a month, roundabouts. Auburn Theory, holding on. Red Theory, holding on, doing pretty good. Look at that, amazing shine. Started out lighter than the Red Theory. The Red Theory was drab. Auburn Theory was shiny from the beginning, and it's just gotten more shine. So beautiful. And the removal, these ends keep getting a little bit lighter. Pretty amazing. Let's look at Gold Theory. Look at that. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. That blonde to brown is gorgeous and not giving up. No drab, no nothing. She's looking absolutely stunning. Red Theory. Holding on, getting more vibrant. Remember, she started out pretty darn drab. That color was doing very, very odd things, which made me extremely nervous. So holding on, still has this lovely pink on the tips from the red fill. So as we're looking at, let's look at these two. Let's look at Auburn and Red. They are neck and neck. Look at that. That is wild. But when you use Auburn Theory, guess what? You can remove it. You can give some nice pretty highlights. Red Theory, no. But look, is that not just wild? I mean, unbelievable. Really unbelievable. Auburn Theory is just a little smidgen lighter, we can tell. But otherwise, pretty mind-blowing. I'm debating on whether or not I want to go more rounds, especially with these two. Decisions. Do I, don't I, do I just call it? I mean, honestly, if we're not going to see much more after 12 washes, you know what I feel like doing? I feel like doing something really extreme. And that's almost like where it's not just a shampoo fade test anymore, but where it's an actual soak. I like to compare this, so it's like the soak test. I like to compare this to the client that likes to get in the shower and then just soaks their hair in just hot water. You know, they're like the Red Lobster type, and you know, all their colors just going down the drain. I feel like, yeah, definitely. Let's do something radical like that. I'm going to try and protect these ends. It may not do well. I don't know. So we're gonna soak these in hot water and see what happens. Why not? We're here. Let's do it. Didn't have it in me to do anything longer than a 10-minute soak, and I think that's really just the hairdresser in me. So obviously Auburn is, I mean, looking amazing even after a 10-minute soak in hot water. Whenever I do color corrections or any color that is high maintenance, which is pretty much every client in my chair, I tell them all that they need to have a shower cap. And that is for a very distinct reason, and it's because your cuticle swells in the hot water, and literally the color just starts coming out. You didn't pay a ton of money to just have your color go down the drain. So you cap your hair before you get in the shower, and in the last like 10 minutes or 5 minutes before you get out of the shower, you take the cap off, you quickly wash your hair, and you get out of the shower about as fast as you can. Because the longer that this hair is wet, the more that you're just leaving this hair under the water, your color is literally going down the drain. And you know what? That is not your hairdresser's problem. That's your problem. So you got to take care of this hair. So anyway, Auburn Theory, doing great. Gold Theory. Now keep in mind, this is our Gold Theory for brunettes, and we did a red tone over it. Look at that. After a 10-minute soak, like, ah, that's the hair singing. Okay. Now, the moment I have been waiting for. I've been waiting for Red Theory to start failing. Not that I was impressed with it to begin with, and obviously it didn't pass the removal test. However, I want you to notice the drab that is coming out of this hair now. It's starting to lose its shine, just as I knew it would. It's trying, but you can tell the drab. Even though it has shine in it, do you see that drab? If you are a colorist, you'll know it when you see it.